The Philadelphia Eagles must be licking their chops after seeing that performance on Monday night. Giants' offensive line is a mess. They fall to 0-2. Wow. Eric Flowers allowed 3 sacks. Ziggy Ansah translating speed to power effectively. If Derek Barnett gets matched up against Eric Flowers is mincemeat. He was unable to handle the power and hand usage of Ziggy Ansah. If he couldn't handle that, I don't think he's going to handle the power of Derek Barnett either. Oh, man. This Bobby Hart got hurt yesterday as well. Left with an ankle injury. They put Justin Pugh in at right tackle. And, Justin Pugh isn't bad. But, yeah, I was about to get to that. Brandon Graham is absolutely going to eat this week. Absolutely going to eat this week. This entire Eagles defensive line is going to eat this week. What up? How you doing? Oh, I cannot wait. I did notice that the Giants, they did try to slide the protection a little bit. They tried to fix things up there in the second half. But, man, you just can't push the ball downfield. You think the Lions can beat the Packers the way they've been playing? Lions look good. Matt Stafford is balling out already. Matt Stafford looks great through 2 games. So he got that huge contract and he's playing very well. But man, that offensive line, you can't push the ball downfield if you can't protect Eli Manning. Odell Beckham, he returned yesterday and he was a non-factor pretty much. He had 4 receptions for 36 yards. Leading receiver for the Giants was Evan Ingram, 4 receptions for 49 yards. He did have a touchdown. Once again, the Giants cannot run the ball. Paul Perkins, 7 carries for 10 yards, 18 carries for 62 yards in all, just a 3.4 average. So, we talk about in Philadelphia all the problems that the Eagles are having with the running game. Well, how about the Giants' running game? It's despicable. It's awful. Ugh. So everyone in New York, they're calling for Ben McAdoo's head. Ben McAdoo, maybe the one coach that Doug Peterson is better than. Deep penetration next week. Absolutely. I'll tell you what, Evan Ingram does look pretty good for them. I will give him that. Evan Ingram. I thought it was funny, the one play where he was lined up in the backfield and, he was wide open. Well, come on, did you think he was going to block? Our defensive line is going to feast on Eli like IT. Yes. Like it. Brandon Marshall stinks. Get the cane out. By God, he had as many drops as Torrey Smith yesterday. So, there you go. As for let's see what I got here in my notes. Oh, I wrote down Tavon Wilson. Tavon Wilson had a big game. I thought he made a lot of nice tackles. Tahir Whitehead. Darius Slay is one of the most underrated cornerbacks in the league. I think he's a top 10 corner in my opinion. And he played very well yesterday. What he does very well is he tackles immediately after the catch. I think Peterson is the second best coach in the NFC East, but that's not saying much. Wow. Yeah, that's funny because that was a question that was asked on a Philly Influencer podcast. Who is the best coach in the NFC East? Because they all stink. Jason Garrett, you got Gruden, you got freaking Ben McAdoo and Doug Peterson. That is a terrible quartet of coaches. It's awful. Out of those 4, who would you even take? I might take Gruden. By God. So let's see. So it was five sacks allowed in all, but, Eli Manning was just consistently harassed. He almost died. He took that one hit where he got slammed to the turf. I don't know how he didn't leave with a concussion. Will you make a video on how we will beat the Giants? Well, there will be a preview tomorrow. I'm thinking the North is going to end up between the Packers and Lions. Most likely so. Yeah. Doug Peterson needs to hand over the play calling to Frank Reich. What's the point of having an offensive coordinator if he's not calling the plays? I agree. I don't think Doug should be calling plays. I don't think so. Oh, you know who else? You know who stunk yesterday? Greg Robinson is an absolute train wreck. By God, how many holding penalties did he commit yesterday? He commits more holding penalties than Jason Kelce. That's like impossible. As for the Giants side of things, their defense is still all right. Yeah, they got him from the Rams. Number 2 overall pick. What a bust. Olivier Vernon, Damon Harrison, I wrote those names down. I thought they played well against the run. So there you go. All right. After 2 games, who looks like the best in the East? Eagles, man. Eagles are the best team in the division, hands down, I think. And then it's the Cowboys. It's going to be Eagles and Cowboys for the division. I don't think the Giants are going to be a factor now. If they fall to 0-3, which I think it's going to happen, the Giants stink. I was gonna say that for the video title, and I decided not to. By the way, Philly 500 and I will be doing that's tonight. We will be doing a show tonight. The Bitter Dingbats are debuting tonight. We were gonna do it last night, but Philly 500 had to go to the doctors to get his ribs checked because he got his ass kicked by his daughter. That's why we didn't do it last night, because he was at the doctor's getting his ribs checked. That daughter is gonna give him CTE. Best in the East is Philadelphia Eagles. Absolutely, I agree. Looking at the stats here, Eric Ebron led the Lions in receiving, 5 receptions, 42 yards. I thought he looked pretty good last night. But, yeah. Matthew Stafford, Darius Slay, those were the 2 that I was really impressed with on the Lions side. So, all right, that's it for this video. I also watched the Redskins and Rams game, so I will be doing that next. So there you go. I'm out for this one.